Hi, greetings and welcome fellow YouTubers out there. This week on the weekly update we have a look at X Rebirth Vr Edition, as well as playing the next few levels of Doom, and also an application called VorpX, which helps us use virtual reality for some of your more common games out there. So all that coming up on this week's weekly updates. Hi and welcome back. Yes, just to let you guys know, I am feeling a little bit better. I am walking around because last week you may have heard I'd done my back in a bit and have been basically walking on crutches just to try and get from point A to point B. So therefore I had to tone it down a little bit in VR. But, sorry, pardon me, but we have, not we, why am I saying we? It's not the royal we, it's me. I have actually been trying to get back onto VR streaming because I can't really sit down in front of like the computers for too long before my back starts playing up again. However, I did manage to get a few games streamed over the past week. The first of these was X Rebirth. Now, X is a series of spaceflight adventure trading, exploration, fighting sims that has got quite a fair bit of a franchise behind it. Now, when I used to play this way back when it first came out, like at the beginning of the century, I'll probably put a link up, note up here saying when the first game came out. There was a game called X Beyond the Frontier, and the idea of X Beyond the Frontier was that you were this test pilot trying to test a new jump engine, and when you was in the middle of testing it, you get flung into the far reaches of the universe, alone, stranded, and no idea what to do except for the fact you've got this test ship which you can expand and a universe to expand within. Now, it's a little bit of a trope now because we've seen that in quite a few games, but X Beyond the Frontier was one of the first games that actually used that trope. And also, I liked the X series not only because of its standard space adventure, but because of how vast that it allowed you to do stuff. Because originally when you start off, yes, you can like do some trading to earn some money, and you use the money to upgrade your ships to get like better hull, better engines, better weapons, better cargo, better armor, better shields, better reactors, just to make so you turn your So as you trade and upgrade and do missions and do bounty hunting and do explorations and blow up bad guys, you earn more money and you earn more credits so that you can increase your ship's strength and power in all the areas that you want to do, and expand yourself as a character, expand yourself as a ship design, and so on. But that's just like the initial premise. Yeah, everyone's got like this sort of like self-expansion, but one thing that X did that other games didn't allow you to do, because you know all those space stations that you like buy up like energy from one station to deliver it to another station which will produce things like meat or weapons or shields or technology or this or the other. You can actually build those stations. And once you build those stations, they also get integrated into the global economy of the entire universe that is the game. And also those stations that the computer have generated and created can actually be destroyed. It's not like, oh, these space stations are immortal, so you can throw hundreds of missiles at them and the only result of them is that you get blown up. Yes, in this case, if you do start trying to shoot them up, you are likely to get destroyed from their turrets and defense systems. However, with enough firepower and enough force and enough hired ships, that's another thing, you can actually hire other ships to work with you. You can blow up the space stations. You can blow up anything, so nothing is invulnerable. And like I said, at the same time, if you earn enough money, you can build your own space stations. So you can like go off to something like the far reaches, as long as you can get enough money. So because the reason I have to put an emphasis on that is to get the very, very low end space station. I think it was like a mining station on an asteroid. It is very expensive, and you will probably have to play through the entire game just before you even get the right amount of money to actually buy that space station. But then once you've gotten that space station, the amount of income that you can earn from that skyrockets, and then you can start buying other space stations. And also on top of that, you can then hire ships, such as like your first space station is a let's say it's an ore mine, so that you can mine for crystal, but you need energy from solar collectors. Now you can either buy energy from solar collectors from another station and import it in. You can buy it from passers-by, open up trade routes, so other ships that fly by and realise that you are offering good buy prices will sell their energy to your station to use, so you can keep updates. Or you can actually buy ships, as long as you've got certain pieces of software on those ships. You can then send them out to do missions like trade, go over to such and such station, pick up all the energy that you can and bring them back to your station to keep it refueled and constantly go backwards and forwards. So therefore you are establishing your own supply line, or you can use other people's supply lines, or you can just do it manually yourself. And once that's done, and then you've built up enough resources, enough money, you can make another station and another station. Say your mine is developing silicon wafers, so you can have another station that needs silicon wafers. And yeah, you see where I'm going from this. It starts off with you being like a small tiny man in a test ship, going up to creating your entire industry empire amongst an unknown universe. And like I said, that was X Beyond the Frontier. That was the very, very first game that came out. And now they have brought out so many other games that they've brought down X Beyond the Frontier, Extension, X1, X2, X3, and each one of these other games that they've bought has got many DLCs and upgrades, and we're not talking about, when I say that they've done DLC, I'm not talking about they've done half a game and then they just added the rest of the game on as extra. No, they actually did it properly. They did a fully done, flushed out game, and then they added some proper, decent content on after the game was finished to give yourself extra stuff to do. And they have been doing this for like 20 odd years or so. Well, as I said, ever since the game started. And I think now they're up to like X4 Reunion. I think X4 Reunion. But the game that I got recently was X Rebirth. Now, X Rebirth is still like the same universe, all like the same sort of structure is in place. You can create spaceships. You can create your empire as you like. As they say in the initial startup, you have to fly, trade, build, create, and so on. And that is the whole purpose of these games. But this game has been modified so that we are playing.
I get that it's hard. Your prized possession gets stolen, stripped for parts, and thrown away like it's nothing. But it happened before, right? Think of the story of it. The Pride of Albion. One of the most advanced ships in the known galaxy. Too expensive when the jump gates shut down and everyone runs out of money. Renamed, stripped, abandoned, left to rust. You find her. You build her back up. Give her a jump drive, the best engines and shields, a whole arsenal of weapons, even Sita. Who else used time compression tech in the last 30 years? And yeah, we lost it all to some pirates. But such is the legend of the Albion skunk that we did the whole thing all over again when we got her back. So let's focus on what we can do. I'll stay back here, redo all the calibrations. You get back in that cockpit and do what you do. Trade, fight, build, be smart. And don't you worry, Ren Otani. This ship will be back to its former glory in no time.
But X Rebirth Vr Edition. Now, I had some problems with this, and this is probably why my stream got so many downvotes quite quickly. Was because I don't think that game was tailored to the Oculus Quest. Because when I started playing it, I couldn't get the controls to move, because the controllers that it's designed for is like the full blown out Vive controllers, you know, with the trackpad and so on. But the Oculus Quest controller that I've got doesn't have all of those extra buttons or the trackpad or this, that or the other. But I did manage to actually get it working eventually. It was very tricky to actually use the control panel, and like I said, I don't really think that this is a game that is suitable for live streaming, because as I said, you're going to be spending a lot of the time in the game just doing trading missions, just going backwards and forwards, doing the same repetitive thing over and over again to try and build up your capital. You'll probably spend 60 hours just doing the same things to try and build up your capital, and then you'll get yourself like a space station, and then it is like management and investment of time to actually create something to actually make it build up. And like I said, when you're doing live stream, people on your live streams don't want to see you just doing like the same thing repeatedly over and over again. They want action, they want fun, they want fast, they want you to be delving straight into it, and they think, why aren't you blowing anything up? I want to see explosions, I want to see the lights flashing into your eyes as fast as possible, just creating those hallucinogenic sound effects. But yeah, sorry, I'm getting lost here, but yeah, the game itself is an awesome game. It's a game that you play for the long run. However, unless that I am going to be doing things like going into a full-blown major full-out scale battle warfare where I'm fighting off ships left, right and centre for the next 5 or 10 minutes, I don't think this is actually going to be good for live streaming, unless it's going to be one of those little chat things that I said that I always wanted to do. Because I know you've got like other channels that basically just sit down, relax, chill out and chat to the users, the viewers. And just say, hi there, how's it going, what do you want to talk about? Do you talk about this, that or the other? And I think those are good things to do. But I'd say right now, I don't really have that many viewers or watchers that can integrate into like full-blown conversations to make these sort of things work. So maybe after I get on like 1,000 subscribers, hint, nudge, nudge, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. There's a nice button down there in the bottom, please tick it, please press it. But yes, after I get over 1,000 subscribers, I might use X Rebirth whilst I'm just flying around, just so I can just chill out in my spaceship and talk to you guys. That would be quite cool and fun. But anyway, let's move in along to the next thing, which was Doom. Yeah, we've been playing this game for a fair bit now, so which is yeah. So sorry, I haven't actually finished this game. I kind of thought that I would have finished this game by now, but this game is really putting me through the paces. I think I've been like playing it for like 10 hours now. I think for 10 hours. And yeah, I'm still not too sure how far away I am into this game. But yeah, it is an awesome game. They have remade Doom 3 in VR perfectly. And I think I said this last time when I did the last live stream. This is a gorgeous game. The graphics are perfect. And what they did with the guns and taking and actually integrating the torch into the actual gun design themselves, perfect. They did that really well. As I said previously, that's one of the gripes we had when Doom 3 originally came out on the PC way back when, was that the torches was like an individual thing. You had to like have like the gun out, and then you had to swap over for the torch, and then swap out for the gun again, swap back to the torch to see. And everyone hated that. So people suggested, right, what do we need to do here? We need the ultimate weapon upgrade for your shotgun, and that is duct tape. So you can duct tape the torch to your weapons. But yeah, in this remastered, reimagined, this game that I brought out in VR, the designs of the guns have actually changed a fair bit, so they've actually imported the torch into the weapons design itself, and I think that is really quite well done. As I said, the rest of the graphics, it just works awesomely on VR. Now I know there probably might not be that many games that can transition well into VR, but Doom certainly has. You've got the atmosphere, you've got the blood, guts, gory guns, shotguns, explosions, everything that you need for a good first-person shooter with decent graphics to boot. I'm sure they've upped the graphics in there as well. So if anyone is on the fence of getting Doom 3, if you like first-person shooters, you want a VR game that works with the aim controller, Doom 3 VR, definitely recommend, must buy. I certainly got my thumbs up, and I'm still playing it like several weeks later. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to finish that by the eventually. I think I'm getting near the end. I kind of get that feel I am nearing the end of it though. Okay, which brings me on to the last thing I'm looking at, which is VorpX. And to all the others that have just joined us here, welcome to the video. This is Max PSVR. Hopefully you like the content, and don't forget to press the subscribe button. We are trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers, so please help us out with that. And welcome to the video. Now that we're talking about VorpX. Now, VorpX is a paid application, so I did fork out a little about 39 quid for this, and I think that it is, even though I haven't managed to get it to work yet, I think that it is going to be 39 quid well spent. Now the idea of VorpX is that it will allow you to turn your normal 2D games, whether they be first-person shooters or side-scrolling games, into full-blown 3D VR games. And there is quite a lot of games that are out there. Now, at the moment, I am having some very serious problems with my system at the moment, and I'm not too sure quite what's going on. I noticed that with my Quest, if I'm playing like games like Alex or VR Chat, it seems to be working fine through Steam for a while, and then after some times of lengthy gameplays, the headset seems to start disconnecting from the computer, and it comes in with more frequency. But when I tried doing Star Citizen over like Saturday and Sunday, I was basically using a mixture of VorpX as well as OpenTrack to try and get Star Citizen working. But the idea is that Star Citizen can use, I think it's IR tracking. IR tracking coordinate set. You use a free program called OpenTrack, which will connect to your headset, and it will determine whether on what your coordinates is for your headset, and convert them into movements in via IR. So when you go into games like Star Citizen, you've got an option to set head tracking to IR. So you set head tracking to IR, and then basically the movements for your headset will be duplicated in game. And yes, I actually did see that work. I managed to get the game open and laying around in bed, and I saw that my head tracking movements were working. Unfortunately, my computer keeps on disconnecting from the Quest headset, even more so when I'm doing this. So I mean, I could get just slightly into the game, or just like a couple of seconds into the game, and then disconnect. Try to reconnect, it disconnects, reconnect, then disconnects. And I am currently wondering why I'm getting this sort of problem when other people with lesser systems are working absolutely fine. I'm kind of wondering if it might be down to the fact that I've only got 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory on my system. So I may need to upgrade that a little bit. So I'll see if I can get another 16 gigabytes of DDR4 and upgrade that if I can or not. It might start getting a little bit expensive again, but it's what we decided we want to try and push forward to. I want to get Star Citizen working in VR, and once we've gotten that done, I think that we will be solid. I think it will be good. So I've only just started working with VorpX yesterday. I've only just started downloading it and working with VorpX. It does look like it's got a lot of promise, and I really can't wait to see how far that we can push it. Hopefully I will be able to get other games working in VR rather than just like one or two that may or may not. But there is quite a fair amount of lists to work with VorpX, and I am going to start experimenting around and seeing what we can get. So that also on a list of things to do. So list of upcoming things to do is we got mixed reality I want to work on. I want to try and see if I can get that game Boneworks. I mean, if that ever gets to a sale, I'll definitely pick it up then. I also want to get VorpX to work with other games, not just Star Citizen, but also a whole flurry of other different games that we've got out there as well. And also, the last thing you may have noticed on this channel is that I have managed to get the start of the pistol whip leveled up. So I think so far only 3 have come out. I have scheduled 10 to come out, which is the first chapter. Like I said, with these chapters, it is me basically wearing weights. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 kilograms. I think that 8 kilograms of weights on my arms, and also playing pistol whip in ultra hard mode. Well, I think that in hard mode plus with weights on my arms is ultra hard mode. But yeah, I'm playing that. I've already done all the film footage. I just need to do the remainder of the video editing. Now, I've already video edited and done 10 of them so far, and they're being put out once a week on Wednesday, every Wednesday for 10 weeks. I still need to finish up I think there's a total of 22 or 23 videos in total, including the 10 that I've already put out. So there's still another 13 that I left that I need to sort out. And hopefully I can get those done before these 10 have actually come out. So I'll be working on those over the next few weeks as well. But yes, so that's all that we've got time for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this as much as I've done in creating it. Guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Help me try and get to 1,000 subscribers and try and see if we can kick this channel off. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you guys out there.